We're here back at the Fantasy Bar, sixth place for you for a big Wednesday night in the NBA, including some of my favorite mid-range and value plays. Guys I think are just too cheap over on DraftKings tonight. We can capitalize on what players we want to pay up for. And of course, my favorite play of the night, who we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Wednesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six Pack. Good to be back here once again in the Fantasy Bar talking some NBA hoops. Six of my favorite plays here on the slate on both FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out the video. Now, before we get into tonight's plays, as always, guys, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Greatly helps us out over there on YouTube, so thank you in advance for that. Subscribe to the channel. Still got NFL videos going on as well. Betting videos. Tons of stuff going on here in the Fantasy Bar. Don't want you to miss any of it. So hit that subscribe button. Go and check out scoresandodds.com/beer. Speaking of sports betting, all the information you need right at your fingertips, covering all of the major sports, trends, analytics, history, and of course, comparing odds across all of the different sports books and premium picks from some of your favorite RotoGrinders personalities. The guys have been on fire with some of the NBA picks, the props picks, NFL picks each and every week, myself included. Giving you some of those. Go and check it out today. Scoresandodds.com/beer. That link right there in the description of the video. All right, let's talk some hoops here. Looks like a fun slate of games. We know COVID wreaking havoc right now, so if we have to make any adjustments, we'll do so in the comment section as well as on Twitter. So we got you covered no matter what happens tonight on this slate. All right, let's start in the mid-range. One of my favorite plays of the night at small forward. Power forward, we're going Marcus Morris Sr. of the Clippers. Now, we know LA going to be missing some pieces. It's going to be a common thread here among all of these guys we're going to highlight tonight. There's going to be guys missing, guys getting more opportunity, more usage, more shots, and we want to take advantage here. So we know the Clippers obviously going to be without most of their big guns here. Kawhi been out all season. Paul George going to be out a few weeks. Likely no Reggie Jackson here tonight. So the offense has to go through somebody. I just don't see Eric Bledsoe, Luke Kennard being those guys. Marcus Morris, to me, the best offensive player this team has, and it's shown in the numbers here. 30 or more DraftKings points now in 5 of his last 7 games. So very, very consistent, solid floor here at just 5,400. And over the last couple, this guy's averaging almost 40 DraftKings points per game. So now we're talking a nice GPP ceiling here as well when we run the numbers in our Court IQ tool, which you can find right here on RotoGrinders, an invaluable NBA tool in our premium suite of products here. Usage all the way up to 26.2% and 1.26 fantasy points per minute leads this team when we run the injury situation here with the Los Angeles Clippers. Morris, too cheap on DraftKings. Don't hate him on FanDuel either at that $6,500 price point tonight against the Boston Celtics. All right, let's go to the other side of this one, get you a little correlation with point guard, shooting guard Payton Pritchard of the Celtics. So Boston, another team, going to be missing some big guns. No Jason Tatum likely tonight. Dennis Schroeder looks like he's going to miss as well. We also have Marcus Smart listed as questionable here for the Boston Celtics. So again, we run the numbers in Court IQ just without Tatum and Schroeder. Usage jumps almost 4.5% here for Payton Pritchard. When we take Marcus Smart out as well, the bump gets even bigger. We're talking up almost 8% in the usage department for Pritchard. 27.3% is that number here. So if Smart misses, becomes an even better play. Even if Marcus Smart is in there, we still get enough of a bump here to make Payton Pritchard viable. If Smart's out, easy play here on Payton Pritchard. Again, DraftKings all the way down at 5K. Easy button to smash there. 25 or more DraftKings points now in 4 of the last 5. And really, again, seeing that ceiling over the last couple, 35 and 46 DraftKings points. You do the math on that 5K. Payton Pritchard, a smash play here tonight against the LA Clippers. All right, let's spend some money. We've saved you on our first 2 spots. We're going to go to point guard, shooting guard. Once again, we're going with Shay Gil Alexander of the Thunder. So OKC down a bunch of guys here tonight, most notably Josh Giddey, who's been the Robin to SGA's Batman here offensively for this team. But we're also talking about no Darius Bazley. I mean, we're missing a ton of guys here for this Thunder team. So SGA becomes a guy that has to do everything offensively. 27 or more points now in each of the last 4 games. That's equated to at least 46 DraftKings points over that same stretch. These 2 teams just played about a week ago, 29, 7, and 5 in that game. So if you're worried about the matchup here with Phoenix, I would not be here with SGA 38% usage rate here, which is absolutely off the charts with all of these guys missing here. Pay the price here tonight, SGA. Worth every single dollar, even in a situation against Phoenix. I know it's his third game in 4 nights. He's got to do everything. I'm buying here tonight on SGA. All right, back to the value plays, this time at small forward, power forward with Nassir Little of the Blazers. So you guessed it, you guys already know, Portland going to be down some guys as well, especially some big men, which is really nice here for Nassir Little. Going to be missing Yusuf Nurkic here in this spot. Robert Covington also going to be out of this game. Also, Mr. Zeller not going to play. So the bigs very, very thin there. Kind of leaves only Larry Nance and Nassir Little here to kind of fit the bill for this Portland team. And I know he plays a lot of small forward here as well, but a guy that can certainly contribute across all the different stat categories. We'll get to that here momentarily, but Little been great. Numbers just continue to get better. His best game of the season came in that last one. Got a little bit more aggressive offensively. Saw him take 14 shots in that game, pull down those 10 boards. So we're talking 8 or more rebounds now in 3 of the last 4. We're talking multiples in assists, in blocks, 3, 2, and 3 in the block department. 2 steals in that last game as well. So we know how valuable all of those stats can be on a FanDuel, especially. Get a lot of bonuses for those stats. So you see that elevated price on FanDuel, that's what makes it worth it. He's going to hit these categories for you. And a 5K on DraftKings should easily make hay on this salary. Nassir Little in a great spot here tonight with all of these injuries at the 4 and the 5 here for the Portland Trail Blazers. All right, let's go back to the shooting guard position with Desmond Bane of the Grizzlies. So Memphis, we'll see, but it sounds like no Dylan Brooks, no DeAnthony Melton here tonight. So once again, for the Grizz, if we run the numbers here on that team, Bane's usage jumps up over 26% with those two off the floor. Very, very productive here. Has Desmond Bane been recently scoring the basketball, really putting a lot of fantasy points on the board. We're talking 40 or more on DK in 3 of the last 4, including 49 in that last game against Phoenix. I like this matchup with the Lakers, and he likes it as well, averaging over 36 DraftKings points a game in the 2 meetings so far this season. And once again, DraftKings kind of lacking behind, 6,200 even at that price point on FanDuel. I think he's more than viable here tonight against the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play here for Wednesday night in the NBA. Before we do that, we want to continue our Beast of the Night contest. Free to play. A thank you to you guys for hanging out here in the Fantasy Bar. All you got to do is get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my favorite play of the day. The closest guess is going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. That's right, a chance to check everything out behind the scenes, lineup HQ to build those lineups, Court IQ, which we utilize on this video each and every time. So let's get to it. Without further ado, my favorite play for Wednesday night. You know, Matt's the Beast of the Night. All right, this time we're going to go to Miami here, missing half of their team tonight. We're rolling with shooting guard, small forward Tyler Herro, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, Miami may be down up to as many as 8 bodies here tonight. We know a lot of the big names as well. No Kyle Lowry. Bam Adebayo continues to miss time, and got the announcement earlier today about Jimmy Butler also missing this game. That's going to put a lot on the plate on a lot of these guys here. Miami going to have a ton of value here. But Tyler Herro, the guy that's going to have to score the basketball here. When we run the numbers in our Court IQ tool, we see that usage jump up to 36.5%, almost a 7% usage bump here for Tyler Herro. And the production of late been fantastic. We're talking 32 or more DraftKings points now in 5 of the last 9. If we narrow that down even more, 2 40 burgers in there over his last 3 games. Somebody's going to have to score here for the Miami Heat. Going to be popular, no doubt, but Tyler Herro, a guy I'm starting my cash games with, and a guy I want exposure to in my tournaments here as well on Wednesday night. All right, guys, that'll do it here for the 6-pack on Wednesday night. Talking some NBA. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for Tyler Herro on DraftKings for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. Make sure you're checking out scoresandodds.com/beer. That link in the description of the video. Tons of sports betting information over there. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck here in the NBA. Make sure you're tuning in this week to get all the NFL videos as well, a DraftKings FanDuel, a Yahoo video, and of course a sports betting video. Guys, thank you again for watching. Best of luck once again tonight in the NBA, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist